chief guest of the evening, Honorable President of India, Shri Ramnath Goenka. May I request everyone to please stand for the national anthem to be sung by Ms. Suanshu Khurana, Assistant Editor, The Indian Express.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंग तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Please take your seats. Honorable President of India, Shri Ramnath Goenka, Mr. Vivek Goenka, Chairman and Managing Director of the Indian Express Group, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening. On behalf of the Ramnath Goenka Memorial Foundation, we welcome you to the Ramnath Goenka Excellence in Journalism Awards ceremony, an annual event that began as part of the centenary celebrations of Ramnath Goenka to acknowledge and reward the best in journalism nationwide and is today being recognized as one of the most coveted awards a journalist can get. We are delighted to share with you that the live streaming of the award ceremony will be exclusively shown on rngfoundation.com, indianexpress.com, financialexpress.com, jansatta.com, and loksatta.com. You can also follow us on social media with hashtag RNG Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute honor to have the Honorable President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind with us this evening. The late Ramnath Goenka, founder of the Indian Express Group, was a multifaceted person. He was a freedom fighter, a politician, an industrialist, and a newspaper magnate. But more than anything else, he was an indomitable warrior for the freedom of the press who carried his mission with unflagging zeal. The Indian Express Group continues with his legacy of setting the benchmark for daily journalism's ability to inform and interpret, challenge, and provoke. It is my privilege to share with you all a short film on the founder of the Indian Express Group, Shri Ramnath Goenka.
Akshaya Tritiya of 1904, a boy was born in the Darbhanga village of Bihar, who would go on to change the face of politics and press in India. Ramnath Goenka moved to Calcutta as a teenager and was put under the tutelage of his maternal uncle, Mahadevlalji Dalmia. At 22, he moved to Madras to start trading in jute, but was known to be one of the many businessmen supporting the freedom movement in Chennai. Ramnathji grew inspired and moved by Gandhi's messages of non-violence. In 1932, in an answer to Gandhi's call for a pro-freedom English newspaper, the Indian Express was launched, which courageously gave voice to the millions of freedom fighters across the country. During the Quit India movement, when Gandhiji was arrested and the press given gagging orders, Ramnathji decided to suspend the publication of the Express, demanding Gandhi's release. He said,
"If we went on publishing, the Indian Express may be called a paper, but cannot be called a newspaper. We have therefore decided that this would be our last issue."
Recognized as a courageous freedom fighter, Ramnathji was one of the privileged members of the Constituent Assembly and tasked with drafting India's constitution. After independence, the Indian Express took to the role of nation building. Ramnathji engaged some of the world's most recognized editors to bring global standards in journalism to India. Here he's seen with Devdas Gandhi of Hindustan Times in London leading a delegation to form the Swadeshi News Agency, Press Trust of India. In the early 70s, when the country's most popular Prime Minister, Indira Gandhi, split the Congress in Congress I and Congress O, he told her.
You're making a big mistake, Indu.
She asked him.
Are you a friend or a foe?
He replied quickly.
The choice is yours.
In 1975, Mrs. Gandhi declared emergency.
हमें अपनी आजादी कायम रखनी है.
Jayaprakash Narayan led the first revolution to fight the emergency with Ramnathji's full support. Through the emergency, the government's approach to the press was to tame or take over. Possibly, the most drastic step taken by the government was to send this notice to the Directorate of Advertising and Publicity to stop advertising in all Express Group publications. Unlike today, in the late 70s, the government was the largest advertiser in the country. This letter shows several fraudulent cases of income tax violations issued by the CBI against the Express. And here, the emotional letter Ramnathji wrote to KK Birla after the government forced him to resign from the board of his own company and appointed KK Birla as the chairman of the board. He wrote,
Parting with the Express is like parting with my son. You said that if I don't fall in line with this proposal, all the members of my family would be held in detention under MISA.
During the emergency, all edits were vetted and cleared by the government. One day, when his edit was not cleared according to his liking, Ramnathji published a blank editorial. This blank edit page became a symbol of protest against press censorship around the world. But Ramnath Goenka could never be removed from the Express. He got back in control as soon as the emergency was removed. Here, at another attempt to control the free press, he took to the streets with placards. To encourage excellence in journalism, he instituted an award. And here is Swami Chinmayanand giving away the award to R.K. Lakshman. What will inspire journalists in India and around the world, however, will be his role as a publisher of the country's most independent news organization, the Indian Express. And today, 25 years later, the Express continues to inspire independent journalism.
It is an honor for me to share with you the distinguished jury for this year's awards. Thank you, members of the jury, for the selection that we celebrate tonight.
Justice B.N. Sri Krishna, jurist and former judge, Supreme Court of India. Tom Goldstein, professor and dean, Jindal School of Journalism and Communication, O.P. Jindal Global University. Dr. S.Y. Qureshi, former Chief Election Commissioner, Election Commission of India. Pamela Philippos, journalist and senior fellow, Indian Council of Social Science Research.
Together with our presenting partner TVS, associate partners NABARD, NTPC, Gateway Rail, Hiranandani Group, Joy e-Bike, Indian Cooperative Credit Society, Government of Uttar Pradesh, Signature Global, Government of Himachal Pradesh, Government of Rajasthan, Oriental Insurance, Sonalika, state partners, Government of Chhattisgarh and Government of Madhya Pradesh, powered by MIDC, event partner LIC of India, banking partner Union Bank of India, and writing instruments partner Parker. The Ramnath Goenka Memorial Foundation today is proud to once again celebrate excellence in journalism. May I now please request Mr. Vivek Goenka, Chairman and Managing Director, Indian Express Group, to present the welcome address.
Your Excellency, President Shri Ramnath Kovind ji, our chief guest and keynote speaker this evening, the winners of the Ramnath Goenka Awards for Excellence in Journalism for their work done in 2018, and all the nominees who were shortlisted, members of the jury, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor and privilege to join you as we welcome His Excellency, the President, Shri Ramnath Goenka ji. We could not have had a chief guest who better encapsulates the values we celebrate this evening. The trajectory of his public life for over 40 years passes across institutions that are the very lifeblood of our democracy, from the campus to the courts, the legislature, the Raj Bhavan, and now Rashtrapati Bhavan. A law student in Kanpur, personal assistant to Morarji Desai when he was the prime mover of the opposition, the Union government's counsel in the Delhi High Court between 1977 and 79, as we all know, the turbulent years in the wake of the emergency, when a bruised democracy needed a healing touch more than ever, moving on to the Supreme Court as standing counsel for the Union government, 12 years in the Rajya Sabha from Uttar Pradesh, during the coalition years at the center, when reaching across the aisle was as imperative of national politics, then the governor of Bihar, and now the highest office of the land. On the day he was elected president 3 years ago, the Indian Express report quoted him, recalling his journey that began in a thatched hut with a straw roof in a village in Uttar Pradesh. There would be so many Ramnath Kovinds in the country today, getting drenched in the rain, doing farm work, labor, sweating it out, so that they can get their evening meals. I want to tell them that this Ramnath Kovind of Praunk village is going to Rashtrapati Bhavan as their representative. My victory, he said, is an evidence of the greatness of Indian democracy. That greatness of democracy is what we have all gathered here to celebrate today as we applaud the finest in journalism. At a time when we hear all around us arguments and debates over the idea of who we are as a nation and who we are as a people. Addressing vice chancellors of top central universities last month, President Kovind said, "It is your paramount duty to ensure that your campuses emerge as spaces that nurture free expression and ideas, where experimentation is encouraged and failure is not ridiculed but seen as learning. Universities," he said, "should become laboratories for exposing students to the problems that need to be addressed in the cause of nation building. Words that resonate today, words that heal, words that can serve as a guiding light. For learning is the heart of good journalism too. This marks the winners of Ramnath Goenka Excellence in Journalism Awards. This is the 14th year of these awards, and I say this each year, and I never get tired of saying it, and I need to say this again. This evening is a testament to the unshakable fact that despite all the noise around us, good journalism is alive, good journalism is well. What else explains that this year we have had a record of 922 entries, each one vetted and pitched as the finest work of an individual or of a news organization. From a 7-part series on sexual abuse of children in villages to how children wade through a river and walk over a 20-foot pipeline to go to school, how uranium mining affects local communities, to an investigation on faulty medical implants, these stories tell a larger story of a nation and help us better understand its forces of change. These stories also ask questions with fairness and empathy. They take neither a no nor a yes for an answer, but relentlessly search for what lies in between. They are firm in the resolve to embrace complexity, not reduced to the story, to either pro this or anti that. Attributes of the very best in journalism. These stories tell us why journalism matters. That only 5 winners this evening are those who have won RNGs earlier tell us that good journalists are not in short supply. Hopefully, that number will further go down, and those who have won awards this evening will raise their own bar before they apply again. One apparent trend, I say apparent because I'm deeply skeptical of looking at data from 1 year and calling it a trend, but let me underline this, even if this sounds like avuncular advice. There has been a sharp drop in the number of quality entries from TV channels among the broadcast entries, and more purely digital players are doing better work. What this means and what this signifies is for some of you to study and report on, but clearly the noise at 9 p.m., the number of faces crowding the screen, the TV screen becoming one large WhatsApp group where the anchor is the administrator, this is not translating to stellar work. But this evening is about the good and the excellent work we need to nurture now more than ever. As editors, as publishers, as institutions, as readers, and as audiences, especially when we are inundated with social media that provokes rather than informs, that encourages echo rather than reflection, whose credibility is in perpetual doubt. That is why it's a very special evening that we have President Kovind here. When I called on him last month, it took me not even a minute to convince him why his presence, while lending his moral weight to the Ramnath Goenka Awards, will enrich our mission and inspire tomorrow's winners. So please join me in welcoming President Kovind, and we look forward to listening to him share his thoughts with us on his view of what we do and what we should do. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, sir. May I now request Mr. Ramnath Goenka, Executive Director, the Indian Express Group, to present a special token to the Honorable President of India, Shri Ramnath Goenka. Ladies and gentlemen, this portrait you see is made by Suvajit Day, illustrator from the Indian Express. May I now request Mr. Raj Kamal Jha, Chief Editor, the Indian Express, to come up on stage and address the audience.
Thank you, Sangeeta. Thank you, Anant. The Ramnath Goenka Award-winning stories, ladies and gentlemen, not only celebrate the best in journalism, they also capture the zeitgeist of the year gone by, and they foreshadow that of the year ahead. Last year was the year of the general elections, and this year's winning stories interpret those deeply contested times with fairness and with accuracy. So next year's Ramnath Goenka winning stories will help us better understand today's stories, including the one top of the mind of women and men, mainly young, stepping out of the cold into the cold, to stand up and speak, sometimes to sit down and be heard on what it means to be a citizen of India. You can disagree or you can agree with them. These young women and men are marking out public squares. They are the architects of a space which may look very divided, but is very valuable. For that space goes beyond the patch of pavement in a city. It includes the space in which we sit here this evening, in which we hear voices we haven't heard before. It is a space that needs to be secure because it secures your and our space. Recently, we heard a lot on television about Faiz's poem, Hum Dekhenge. And you know on TV there is more Hum Dekhenge than Hum Sunenge. So in the Tu Tu Me Me on television, a very telling line in that poem slipped away. The one in which the poet links the me and the tum. Good journalism, the one we applaud this evening, listens to both the me and the tum. It defines no cut-off date. It does not ask for any identity proof. What it needs is a pencil, a notebook, and 2 feet firmly planted in the middle, however strong the tug may be from either side. Only then can it tell stories, because of course there is never one story. Your Excellency, as the Chairman, Mr. Goenka, shared with us, your life and your work too tell us compelling stories. From a thatched mud hut in Kanpur Dehat, where you and your family huddled in the rain, to Rashtrapati Bhavan. Your arc is also a plot of this nation's as well, of its history and the promise of its future. That is why it is most appropriate that the Ramnath Goenka Award winners will receive the award from you, sir, 6 days before we mark the 70th year of the Republic. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Jha. Over the years, the Ramnath Goenka Excellence in Journalism Awards has recognized some of the finest names in Indian journalism. These awards have set a much-needed benchmark for journalism in the country and are open to journalists from print, digital, and broadcast media. But only those who have shown extraordinary strength of character and integrity while reporting news accurately under dangerous or difficult circumstances are shortlisted and honored. Ladies and gentlemen, we now proceed to the much-awaited awards presentation for felicitating the winners for the year 2018 by the Honorable President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind ji. Live streaming of the awards ceremony will be exclusively shown on rngfoundation.com, indianexpress.com, financialexpress.com, jansatta.com, and loksatta.com. You can also follow us on social media with hashtag RNG Awards. We begin the ceremony with the first category, that of Hindi journalism, in the category of Hindi.
For print, the winner is Diti Bajpai from Gaon Connection. And for broadcast, the winner is Shadab Ahmad Moizi from thequint.com.
Congratulations and thank you very much. Please be seated. The second award is in the category of regional languages.
For print, the winner is Anvesha Banerjee from Isamay. And for broadcast, the winner is Sanish TK from Manorama News.
Congratulations and thank you very much. The next award is in the category of reporting from conflicting zones.
For print, the winner is Dipankar Ghosh from the Indian Express. And for broadcast, the winners are Dheeraj Kumar, late Achyutananda Sahu, and Mormukut Sharma from Doordarshan News.
On behalf of late Achyutananda Sahu, we have his wife, Himanchali Sahu, with us to receive the award. Congratulations and thank you very much. The next set of awards is in the category of Environment, Science and Technology Reporting.
For print, the winners are Mridula Chari and Vinita Govindarajan from Scroll.in. And for broadcast, the winner is Sarvapriya Sangwan from BBC News Hindi.
Congratulations, thank you very much. Please be seated. The next set of awards is for business and economic journalism.
For print, the winner is Nidhi Verma from Thomson Reuters.
Congratulations, thank you very much. Please be seated. The next set of awards is for Uncovering India Invisible. This category is brought to you by NABARD.
For print, the winner is Hina Rohtaki from the Indian Express. And for broadcast, the winners are Asmita Nandi and Meghnad Bose from thequint.com.
Congratulations. Congratulations, thank you very much. For the category of investigative reporting.
For print, the winner is Tina Packer from Mint. And for broadcast, the winner is Poonam Agarwal from thequint.com.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. Please be seated. The next set of awards is in the category of reporting on politics and government.
For print, the winner is Sushant Kumar Singh from the Indian Express. And for broadcast, the winners are Momita Sen and Shikha from India Today TV.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. Please be seated. We now move on to the next category that accolades the best in the field of civic journalism. In the category of Prakash Kardale Memorial Award for Civic Journalism.
winner is Anirudh Ghoshal, News18.com.
On behalf of Anirudh Ghoshal, we have his father, Mr. Jayant Ghoshal, receiving the award. Congratulations to you. Thank you very much. Please be seated. The next set of awards is in the category of photojournalism.
The winner is C. Suresh Kumar from The Times of India.
Congratulations and thank you very much. The next award is for the category of books, non-fiction.
The winner is Gyan Prakash for the book Emergency Chronicles, Indira Gandhi and Democracy's Turning Point.
Congratulations to you. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please put your hands together for all our winners of the Ramnath Goenka Excellence in Journalism Awards 2018. Thank you, Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Ramnath Kovind, Honorable President of India, for presenting the awards. It is an absolute honor and privilege to have you join us this evening. May I please request you, sir, to address the August gathering.
Chairman and Managing Director, Indian Express Group, Sri Vivek Goenka. Executive Director, Indian Express Group, Sri Anant Goenka. Chief Editor, Indian Express, Sri Raj Kamal Jha. Recipients of the Ramnath Goenka Excellence in Journalism Awards for the year 2018. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I feel happy to participate in the Ramnath Goenka Excellence in Journalism Awards function. I am told that these awards were started as part of the birth centenary celebrations of the late Goenka ji. These awards honor those journalists from print, broadcast, and digital media who have maintained the highest standards of their profession and, despite immense challenges, produced work that sustains public trust in the media and impacts the lives of people. In other words, the awards are meant to felicitate those who hold their pen for truth. I congratulate all the award winners and urge them to never let go of their pursuit for truth, which is the only compass for good journalism. When the group chairman, Sri Vivek Goenka, met me to extend the invitation for this program on a lighter note, he reminded me of the fact that I share my first name with Ramnath Goenka ji. I said, yes, it is a pleasant coincidence in which I am sure you all would agree I have no role to play. Ladies and gentlemen, may I also add here that it is indeed an elevating experience for a humble Ramnath to participate in an event named after the redoubtable Ramnath, whose stories of fight against oppression and persistence for truth are stuff of legend. But what I do, and all of us must, share with Goenka ji is his passionate nationalism. I ardently share his dream of a strong and prosperous India. Fondly called RNG, he was a matchless media personality who influenced the country both before and after independence. He was a businessman who had the canny ability to build an empire of real estate and utilize his wealth for public service journalism. The hallmark of his endeavor was an uncompromising journalism of courage, a journalism without fear or favor, its fundamental commitment to truth above all else. When he suspended the publication of the paper during the Quit India movement, his editorial spoke of the heart strings and not the purse strings. Over the decades, the Indian Express Group has truly evolved itself into an institution which encompasses the best values and traditions of journalism. It has cultivated a culture of irreverence towards authority and sought to practice journalism by speaking truth to power. Goenka ji left behind a rich legacy in the able hands of his successors who seek to carry his message forward. As you all know, I was born and brought up in Kanpur, a city which once set the highest standards for journalism. Let us remember Ganesh Shankar Vidyarthi, an extraordinary journalist who sacrificed his life to douse the flames of hatred during communal violence in Kanpur. As a journalist, his written words were not only prescient but also showed his deep concern for the marginalized sections of the society. Writing in the revolutionary newspaper Pratap, which he had founded, he drafted what should serve as the mission statement for every journalist. Here I would like to quote Vidyarthi ji's own words. किसी की प्रशंसा या अप्रशंसा, किसी की प्रसन्नता या अप्रसन्नता, किसी की घुड़की या धमकी हमें अपने सुमार्ग से विचलित न कर सकेगी। सत्य और न्याय हमारे भीतरी पथ प्रदर्शक होंगे। सांप्रदायिक और व्यक्तिगत झगड़ों से प्रताप सदा अलग रहने की कोशिश करेगा। उसका जन्म किसी विशेष सभा, संस्था, व्यक्ति या मत के पालन पोषण, रक्षण या विरोध के लिए नहीं हुआ है, किंतु उसका मत स्वातंत्र्य विचार और उसका धर्म सत्य होगा। उन्होंने आगे भी कहा, हम न्याय में राजा और प्रजा दोनों का साथ देंगे, लेकिन अन्याय में दोनों में से किसी का भी नहीं। हमारी यह हार्दिक अभिलाषा है कि देश की विविध जातियों, संप्रदायों और वर्णों में परस्पर मेल मिलाप बढ़े। Unquote. The sagacity of Vidyarthi ji's writings were never confined by the narrowness created by humans. That was his journalism. In pursuance of his dream of a strong and united India, he sacrificed his life for peace and non-violence like a true disciple of Mahatma Gandhi. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that I am recalling a period when mass communication was still in infancy. We were then far away from summarizing our messages in a few characters and spreading them faster than wildlife. Indeed, technology has drastically altered the nature of journalism. Old timers would recall magical touchstone of 5 Ws, whose answers were essential for a story to qualify as a news report. In the den of the breaking news syndrome that has consumed the media now, this fundamental principle of restraint and responsibility has been undermined substantially. Fake news has emerged a new menace, whose purveyors proclaim themselves as journalists and taint this noble profession. Technology has given rise to a new breed of journalism which stands in contrast to traditional journalism. This development has revived the old debates about the status of facts and opinions, about credibility and authenticity. What is desirable is objectivity, which allows journalists to be open to facts and present all sides of a picture. Fidelity to facts, digging for truth, and keeping one's lens clean and sharp is imperative. Ladies and gentlemen, I am aware that journalists tend to wear many hats in the line of their duty. These days, they often assume the role of an investigator, a prosecutor, and a judge, all rolled into one. It requires a great deal of inner strength and incredible passion for journalists to play so many roles at a time to arrive at truth. Their versatility is praiseworthy. But that prompts me to ask if such a sweeping exercise of power is accompanied by genuine accountability. Ponder for a moment as to what Goenka ji would have done had he encountered a crisis of credibility on account of paid news or fake news. He would never have allowed the situation to go adrift and initiated measures for course correction for the whole media fraternity. There is no doubt that journalism has been passing through a critical phase. The quest for truth is, of course, difficult and easier said than done. But it must be pursued. A democracy like ours deeply relies on the uncovering of facts and a willingness to debate them. Democracy is meaningful only when the citizen is well informed. In that sense, excellence in journalism grants full meaning to democracy. If journalism has to remain relevant, it has to retain its sense of mission, it has to reclaim its values of honesty and fairness. It has to, 24/7, reinforce its compact with citizens that it will not bend, that it will always fight for truth, no matter what the consequences, and that it will remain committed to finding the truth without fear or favor. Given such high ideals, it is a difficult challenge to sustain good journalism and also remain profitable. A section of the media has then taken recourse to entertainment in the name of news. Stories exposing great social and economic inequalities are ignored, and their place is taken by trivia. Instead of helping promote scientific temper, some run after irrational practices in their search for eyeballs and ratings. But I am confident that quality journalism will prevail in the long run, the kind of journalism we have gathered to celebrate today. I once again congratulate all the award winners and also their organizations that helped bring their work to light. I also congratulate the Express Group and the jury members for promoting excellence in journalism through these awards. I offer my best wishes to the young journalists whose work will be celebrated on this stage in the future. To them and also to all other journalists, this advice from one of their greatest predecessors, Mahatma Gandhi, will serve as a good guide. I quote, "Always insist on truth and urge it with humility and grace. I am a journalist of long standing. In my own way, I claim to know my art well. I would therefore ask such of you as are journalists and publicists to curb your pen and tongue. Exercise the strictest economy of words, but not of truth. Restrain your expression, but not the inner light which should burn brighter with increasing restraint." Unquote. I leave with you these words of the Father of the Nation. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir, for your encouraging words and for being with us this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem sung by Ms. Suanshu Khurana.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंग तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, and congratulations to the winners. All winners are requested to collect their original checks from Ms. Soumya Kumar. Ladies and gentlemen, an event of this scale and proportion could not have been achieved without the unstinting support from our partners, presenting partner TVS, associate partners NABARD, NTPC, Gateway Rail, Hiranandani Group, Joy e-Bike, Indian Cooperative Credit Society, Government of Uttar Pradesh, Signature Global, Government of Himachal Pradesh, Government of Rajasthan, Oriental Insurance, and Sonalika. State partners, Government of Chhattisgarh and Government of Madhya Pradesh, powered by MIDC, event partner LIC of India, banking partner Union Bank of India, and writing instruments partner Parker. The Ramnath Goenka Memorial Foundation today is proud to once again celebrate excellence in journalism. Please join us now for high tea at the Rani Bagh. Thank you very much.